Well, we got blue sunny skies, but we have rain in the forecast. So we're gonna take the fertilizer spreader, the auger, and one truck that has fertilizer in it, way down to our furthest south fields, and we're gonna start working our way back, get as much spread as we can before this rain. Someone's got a fire going on over there. I don't know what it's about, if they're trying to burn off some sloughs or what, or if it's something that just randomly started. Well, boss man said take this semi and start heading down to the field. So that's what I'm gonna do now. Well, I made it down here before everyone else, so I guess I'll jump in here and get this thing warming up for them. Maybe that thing. I'm not sure if we need the auger or not for the trucks that are coming with fertilizer, if they have the conveyors out the back. Perfect, they just showed up.
Well, field work has finally begun. We were out doing that tillage. I think I pretty much got that wrapped up yesterday. Now we got rain coming, so we're gonna try to spread fertilizer. And on our farm, we don't do no tillage. We're all no-till. So when rain comes, that means we gotta get fertilizer down to get that fertilizer incorporated into the soil. So once we actually spread it, we're really praying that it actually rains, because if it doesn't, then it just evaporates into the air and it's not good. So Brandon is now teaching me how to run this spreader, since it has a new wiring harness and a new controller to tell it all what to do. Because as you saw in a previous video, yeah, I wrecked it by washing it with a fire hose and completely just, the whole harness is junk. I could probably do it to this one too this year if you want.
Well, let's not.
Okay. He's giving me captain seat. We're gonna see what we can wreck. I don't know what I'm doing. I didn't listen to anything you were saying.
Go figure.
Okay, auto steer's on. I don't need RPMs, that's weird. I'm not used to this command joystick. It's a little muddy here. Well, it looks like they're getting us product. We got a truck over there unloading, and we got a truck right here unloading onto our trucks. Then I guess the truck's gonna be tending to me all day as well. Well, we ran over to the trucks here and got filled up, because even though we weren't empty, we don't want to auger it as more times than we have to, because fertilizer's hard on stuff. So they were here, we topped her off. Switched up the hydraulics a little bit because my fan speed was not staying consistent when my rates changed for my variable rate. I'm thinking we put it onto a different pump, because I'm thinking when the hydraulic speed is changing for the rate, it's also changing it for the spinner. So putting on the other second pump that's on the tractor, hoping to fix that problem. Now that he gave me the reins, let's go see what I can all screw up. Because this, all learning again, I forgot everything from last year, so we'll get her figured out though. Okay, this is pretty cool. So this spring, Brandon went around with the 790 tractor and made boundaries in the fields and then uploaded it to all the tractors. So I was going back and forth in this field doing my 0 degree heading. Now I'm along this tree row, and he did a boundary along this tree row. So now, instead of guessing whereabouts roughly my spreader is spreading to, I have an end that I'm 90 feet, spreading a 90-foot pass. I put in boundary line here, and it follows my perfect distance, so I'm not guessing and throwing fertilizer into the trees. But then again, I'm also close enough to where I'm getting fertilizer to where it needs to be, which is awesome. It's working good. It's just following this little tree line here. Well, I got my first load spread for the day. Fill it myself. The guys are back home working on other stuff. I hope they record it for you guys. Kind of sucks backing under because you want to start in the back and you kind of got to get out, in and out a few times just to make sure you're lined up perfectly. Okay, let's see if I can do this without plugging an auger. Slow and steady wins the race with this auger. Oh, everything's so muddy. It's muddy that way, it's muddy this way. It's just, I don't know what to do here. You know, in my time, I found some very interesting things in the field, like discs and just, I don't know, whatever. But I can honestly say this is the first time I'm finding one of these. There's a grease gun in the field. Oh my gosh, it still works. Ish. It does the thing. I don't know how that got here. I wonder, they spread manure in this field. I wonder if it wasn't in the manure pile. How does a grease gun end up in a manure pile too though? I don't know, man, I just work here. We got the fertilizer spreader going down in the fields. Now we're gonna come back and we're gonna try and move these two excavators back home. We're done with them down in this area for now.
We're gonna take them back home so they can be used for different projects.
We're all loaded, tied down. Time to hit the road for home. She's heavy. Put the pusher down.
Well, Brad's taking that excavator home. I'm gonna be taking the other payloader home. We don't need this down here either. Dang, this thing's fancy.
Oh, we got the little mini sprayer down here in the flat. What? Fertilizer over there. Putting down an organic fertilizer, liquid fertilizer for the garden. So we're currently gravity feeding it and filling it up. Cameron's up top venting it because we forgot to open the vent. And we gotta put 21 gallons to the acre down. That's a lot of fertilizer. But hopefully we get a crop with this. Well, we're spreading. We're going 4 miles an hour at 50 psi. Says it's 21 gallons to the acre. So that's what we're doing. 50 psi and good old hand steering, kind of guesstimating. I can actually kind of see it out there. And I can see them overlapping a little bit. So we're not missing nothing. Slow process of back and forth. A mini farming. I can only go so fast though, so I don't know what they want me to do. We just had a delivery show up on the farm. We got ourselves a My Yield seed treater because we're gonna try a new program this spring with some carbon programs, and we needed a seed treater for that. So got the thing, or I'll have to explain it more when it's off because I don't know what everything is. Don't really want to drop it now, do we? I'm looking at that thing. I don't know what all that is.
Me and Judd are in the payloader. Brandon took the planter. He's taking it across the road, test fire it, make sure it's all working, because the technician was out doing some work or doing something with it, and apparently it wasn't wanting to work. So he put a new update in it, and we're going to go test fire it without anything in it, see if it's going to work. Right, Jed? Yeah. So Brandon's up here with the planter. He's test firing it. I would get out and try and get you guys some better shots, but it's currently Hurricane North Dakota out here. Me and Jed came up here with the little payloader. Main reason is just because payloaders are cool and we wanted to go for a drive, right? Yeah, payloader's cool. Cool. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I'm clueless when it comes to that thing, so looks like it's working to me. It's making rows in the ground.